Joe, that's a Hall of Fame terrible.
It's not a ball.
No, it's not. It's true. It's so true.
What?
3 for 3.
Boy just choked. Straight women booty and let the ball go.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
LeBron James
puts up a 3. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Irving and Curry. One-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
Oh yeah, but we'll get to explaining and debating in a second.
Jimmy gone.
What's up, Joseph?
Jimmy gone. Jimmy gone.
We'll see.
Jimmy gone. I'm good. A lot of time before trade deadline.
Yeah, it is, but it isn't. We're less than a month away. But Joseph, we've had some excitement here in the old NBA arena lately. We had a battle of the Titans last week. We had Thunder and the Cavs, 2 best records in the NBA. That was a great game. So good that we didn't have it again.
Can we say something about that real quick?
Well, how about we just start with it real quick then, Joe? Because the Cavs beat the Thunder to maintain the best record in the NBA. No Chet Holmgren, of course, playing in that game. But Joe, say what you want to say.
Can we really was trying to sell this like a historic? I'm saying.
I mean,
Thunder's Cavs first week of January. This is a historic matchup. What do you mean? If you watched ESPN or NBA radio, they 3-hour show, and the whole 3 hours, all they talked about was the work of a matchup it was, and they were trying to highlight it. And I mean, nah, bro. Nobody care about the Cavs early in January. I get they trying to do, but it didn't work for me.
Oh, good. That's what NBA coverage should be about.
I
two
agree.
Best teams by a significant margin, mind you,
It's
in
not
both
just that.
conferences.
It's not just that,
Significant margin.
though.
Yes,
Okay,
you
but
need
it's
to
not
hype
just
that up.
about that. That's not what it's about, though. It's about the fact that, okay, you really got that much faith in the Cavs making it to the finals?
I mean, shit. There's not exactly a bunch of teams right now in the
Thunder,
East.
maybe, but the Cavs.
Are there really
The
a ton of
majority
teams in
of
the East that
fans
you're
out
like,
there.
oh, no
The
way,
majority of
no
NBA
way the Cavs can get past them.
fans, you think we're watching that game thinking they finals preview?
It could be. The thing is, we got to stop doing this thing where we only.
Come on, man.
The only reason
it was a really good game.
It was
a really good matchup.
NBA ratings have been down so far this year is because people like you only want to talk about LeBron James, Steph Curry,
I'm not saying that.
Kevin Durant. Well, guess what? All their teams are mediocre.
I'm saying we
hype up the good teams.
I'm saying we can't. We're going over the top with it. You can't say it's a historic matchup. No one gives a damn about OKC and the Cavs.
Man, I didn't hear nobody say it was historic. They were just hyping up the big game because of the
best
team.
You could go back to it. ESPN said it all day long, and NBA radio.
I mean,
both of them
two
all
teams
day
with that
long.
record this late in the season. I mean, that is a big deal.
Nobody care about that, man. Nobody cares about that. It was a great matchup, but and they should pump it up and talk about the game, but acting like it was a historic matchup that we must see.
Like every time,
like it was early matchups between like the Lakers.
But you had nothing to say. You had nothing to say.
Like, come on, relax.
Oh, LeBron James has the most 30-point games in NBA history. No, ain't nobody give a fuck about that. No one gives a fuck about that either. But they hyped that dumbass shit on ESPN too. Shut up.
No, that's a lie. This man was just 40 years old and said nothing about it.
Whoa.
Pause. You know what I'm saying? You saw that dunk by LeBron last week. Dunked on people and nobody said a word.
Yeah, you know why they couldn't hype it up, Joe? You know why they couldn't hype it up? Because y'all lost to the goddamn Mavericks without Luka and Kyrie. You're not hyping that shit. You don't get to hype anything from that game when you do some dumbass shit like that.
That's fair.
Hell no. But back to this game.
Good though. Cavs are good.
I thought you were gonna take another hot bloviating take, whatever you were about to say. I thought you were about to get back on you. I tried to tell y'all this was coming 2 years ago, and I said Donovan Mitchell was going to be MVP. Blah blah blah. I thought that's what you were going to do.
Well, I didn't bring that up yet, but I saw the vision was there. The vision was there. It was just Darius Garland and Evan Mobley was young and holding them back. They didn't grow into their roles, and now he done took another step. I still don't trust. I've seen it before.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got to see it in the playoffs first. But hey, they look good though.
But to me, this matchup was they had the size. They got the size though. Like we were talking about, we started. That's why I wanted to know. Chet's not back. Like the Thunder, they're gonna have to make a trade. They need to get some size. Like I wouldn't even mad if they got Dwight Howard somehow because he won't even need that many minutes. They just need somebody like that, a big like that. They need size.
They need another.
You can tell the Cavs just took advantage of that. Exactly.
Yeah, they need just another body that can because
Hartenstein
got his fourth foul in the third quarter,
and then you're done.
That just took all of his aggressiveness away. And yeah, they just didn't really have anybody to pivot to there.
You know who they need to get at the 5?
Who?
Paul George. He's a little bored right now, playing the 5.
I should have made that a topic today. But I decided I'd spare Philly because they got some maybe nice going on in the NFL. But oh my God. They are such a dumpster fire of an organization. I love it. I really do love it. But Joe, back to this game real quick. Cavs Thunder. Give me on a scale of 1 to 10, kind of confidence that we could see this as an actual finals matchup.
10%.
10%.
10%. Because I don't have faith in the Cavs.
That's not bad.
I don't have faith in the Cavs getting through the East.
Yeah,
I think way more faith in the Thunder making it through the West because the West is so. After the top 4 is just bad.
I'd probably put it. I'd say it's like a 20% chance. I put it up to 20%. But yeah, I think it's definitely low, just because both teams could get knocked off, right? Like, this is not
Celtics.
This is not like when the Cavaliers with LeBron played the Steph and KD Warriors in the regular season, and it's like
no.
Unless someone crucial gets hurt, we know we're going to see this in the finals.
If OKC played the Lakers in the first round, I would be like, they're going to have to prove it because the Lakers handled them pretty easy last time. I'm saying they're going to have to prove it. They're going to have to prove it. I'm just saying. We done seen this before. They're going to have to prove it. Am I lying? Do they not match up well? I'm just saying. In what, 6 or 7?
5 or 6.
No, you're lying, bro.
I don't think the Lakers got nothing.
Who's stopping? They can't stop Anthony Davis. They got no matchup for that. Chet's out too.
Anthony Davis. The same person that always stops Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis.
That's fair.
But let's talk about some trade news. Jimmy is still a Heatle. His suspension ends this week. I believe he can rejoin the team on the 17th, which would be when they get back from their West Coast swing.
Waste of time.
There's been some rumblings that there's a growing sense that the Heat will not deal Jimmy before the trade deadline. And then even further, to make it even spicier, that Jimmy would then opt into his $52 million player option for the next season. So there's a lot of power dynamics going on with this one. Joe, you got two people that are used to getting their way and don't really take shit from other people. Those two people being Jimmy Butler and the other being Pat Riley. I would say they're both kind of undefeated in that sense where they don't give in. So someone's going to have to cave a little bit.
Pat Riley's been doing it for 50 years.
Yeah,
Pat Riley's been getting his way for 50 years. You are not going to win in this battle. You at your long run, you're not going to win. Because at the end of the day, if Pat Riley wanted to, he can send your ass to the Wizards. If he really wanted to. Jimmy don't have a no trade clause, does he? Like he could if he really wants to be that petty and he thinks you're going to go ahead and take that, he can be like, hey, well, guess him. And then see who's going to pick you up next year after you've been forgotten at DC and then you're 37. Who's going to pick you up and sign a contract? You're not going to battle with Pat Riley. I get what you're trying to do, Jimmy Butler, but it's just not going to work. You're not going to Phoenix. Pat Riley's not going to do that if he doesn't get Bradley Beal and something else in return. And I don't even think they want Bradley Beal at this point. So I don't know what is going
all
to
the
work for
reports
him.
are saying Pat Riley does not want Bradley Beal, at least not this year. The sense that I get is Pat Riley doesn't want that second year of the deal. So I think the best way for Jimmy to get to the Suns is to play out this season with the Heat and then off-season sign and trade type deal. I think the Heat would then take Beal on just because he'd only have one more year left on his contract. I don't think the Heat really want to be in a position where they've got multiple years of Beal with a no trade clause. I don't understand why Jimmy felt the need to force this season. Now, I get it. I'm not the one that's emotionally involved in all this and feeling disrespected and all that shit. But
because it's Jimmy.
Yeah, but it just seems like the best thing for all parties involved would have been to wait for this upcoming off season where you can do a sign and trade. Just more teams will have more financial flexibility to make it happen. I think it's going to be an interesting way that this season plays out because I think Jimmy's too competitive to like sit and pout. Once that deadline comes and goes, like I can't see Jimmy doing that.
They took his country music away.
Well, he's like, maybe that's Pat Riley's thinking all along. Like, I know that guy's way too competitive to give up on a season. I don't know. This is either this has the potential to get very, very messy. The Heat have won 3 in a row now without Jimmy while they're on the West Coast.
Who they play?
The Warriors. The 3-game win streak is the Warriors, the Blazers, and the Jazz. So it's not the who's who of the NBA in the West.
Two bad teams and a team that's on the verge of being in the plan.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it's about their best players. So I mean, that's a good thing for the Heat to be able to pull that off without Jimmy. Just a side note on that, I do always love when the Dame package for the Miami Heat that everyone said was no assets, absolutely sucks, then goes out and dominates the Portland Trailblazers. Happens every time now, and I love it. So shout out to Hero Jovic and Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Great.
So what do you think, probability-wise, Jimmy Butler traded or not traded before the deadline?
Damn. I'm gonna go 33% chance he's traded.
Wow. So you think you ultimately think he's going to be on the Heat?
I think he's gonna get traded. I think so. It don't make no sense. I don't think Jimmy. I can see Jimmy being like, I ain't playing.
I can't see Jimmy doing that.
You think you can go out there and play and give 110%? Think you're gonna go out and play every night and give 110%? I don't see Jimmy doing that. He don't give 110%
in the regular season. No. Playoff time.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you got a chance with him, but that's what I think. I think I can end up with the Suns. I think that Pat Riley knows that he wants to go to the Suns, so he's gonna be like, man, Pat Riley got to find a way to win. So maybe he pulls a third team into this situation.
I'm putting at 40-60 he gets traded. So I lean that the Heat will keep him, but I would not be surprised, obviously, if they did acquiesce and just got him out of there. It's just all going to depend on, when he comes back, how much of a problem does he make it? Because there's enough games in there for him to really put a dent in the Heat season. But if he doesn't do that, I could see the Heat keeping him and say, we'll just deal with this in the offseason.
Would the Lakers, would the Heat take, what's his name? I don't even know who we can give up. I don't even know who we can give up. We have no assets. Never mind.
No.
Max Christie's always hurt. Austin Reeves, you got Austin Reeves and Tyler Hero.
I'm good. Let's talk about the Suns, the other half of this potential trade equation. They have won 3 in a row. They obviously recently benched Bradley Beal. I'm using bench in a way that's probably not as accurate, but they moved into the bench to try and shift up the chemistry and make it a little better. He's had some good games, some of his better games of the season coming off the bench. What do you make of this? You've seen it for a few games, Joe. What do you make of this kind of new look Suns?
It's interesting. They're still not good enough. They need a point guard. They're just not good. They're just not a good team. They don't mesh together. And then they got Bradley Beal in a role that he doesn't fit in. You take a guy who his entire career has used to have been taking from 18 to 27 shots a game, and you put him in a role and say, we still want you to be just as productive, but take 12 shots. And that's just not the type of player he is. You put a team together that just doesn't meld together. They don't have a dog on their team. They're missing a lot of pieces. I mean, you can go to the game and get you a $2 hot dog, but they're not going to go very far because they're just not a good team. They're not it's a team game at the end of the day. And we've learned that in the NBA over the last few years, that there's a lot of depth and there's a lot of talent in the NBA, and you can't just do it just because you think you got 3 stars or 2 stars. No, you need some people who can show up and do their role and play their role, and they just don't have a team built right. That's their problem. Sorry, James Jones, but built a fucked up roster.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where I don't know that the benching needed to do it, but I do think for whatever reason with Brad going to the bench, he has become more aggressive looking for his shot. And I just think that was always, last year it was difficult because they didn't have a real point guard on the team, right? So him and Booker kind of had to share that responsibility. This year, though, when you bring in a Tyus Jones, that's a pure point guard. So I don't really understand why he wouldn't have just gone headfirst into, okay, yeah, let me get back to just scoring, getting buckets.
Can Tyus Jones do this? Give me the ball. Like, who's he gonna do that to? Devin Booker and KD and Bradley Beal.
I brought it up last week. I said they need a Jimmy type personality on that team. All I'm saying is Brad Beal's mentality, the way he's approached the game since he's gone to the bench, seems to be more of well, why the hell weren't you doing this the entire time? Where you're looking to be a bucket again. That's what you're good at. That is what you have done your entire career in the NBA. You are a bucket. You're a bucket getter. Go be that. Play defense and be a bucket getter. So I'm slightly encouraged because I do think when this team is whole, I think they have the piece. I don't think this team. I would disagree when you say that the team is not built very well. I think they need a voice. They need someone to be a voice in there. But I don't think the pieces in terms of the skill sets that are there, I don't think that's very lacking. I think it's a pretty well constructed team. But they got to get out there and do it. And like you said, they need somebody that's going to. Another problem. I never would have brought in Budenholzer, but they need somebody that's going to be. Come on now, it's time to lock in. We need to get this. We're going to get to this. I don't care, Beal or Booker or KD. This is not the time for you to try and get into your bag, your Drew Hanlon bag. No, whatever. Get out there, get a bucket right now. It's something simple. They don't have someone to kind of take control like that. But maybe they're still figuring it out. It still is early-ish in the season, so they still got a little time. You want to talk about historic, Joe? I know you were angry about the historic term being thrown around earlier, but I'll give you some real history, Joe. Jokic and Russ are the first teammates to ever have a triple-double in the same game. First time it's ever happened. Both of them had a triple-double.
I'm not surprised.
What do you think? Oh yeah, if there's ever a team that's going to do it.
I'm surprised that no one's done it before. I'm a little surprised by that. But you tell me, yeah, I guess no. Jordan and Pippen would never really needed an opportunity to do it. I guess LeBron never would have had nobody on his team. LeBron and Dwayne Wade never did it, but Dwayne Wade not getting them rebounds like that for what? Damn, yeah, that's crazy. Damn, yeah. That's like we talked last week though. They are that same person, 110%. Jokic does it at a turtle pace and Russ does it at a rabbit pace. It's literally the only difference. And it's great to see them together, and they meld together perfectly. And that's probably what they needed, because once they lost KCP, they just didn't have that dog, that energy go-getter guy that's always in it type of person. That's what Russ is. And
Russ will definitely keep you locked in.
I gave Caldwell Pope that much.
Definitely keep you locked in. I think it's dope. We know Russ is Mr. Triple Double. Jokic obviously gets a ton of them himself. It really is when you think about it. I mean, it's hard to have two people produce that much on the same team. Like if Russ is getting 10 assists, I mean, a lot of those got to be going to Jokic, right? Like Jokic getting 10 assists separately to Russ and other players. I mean, I feel like the assist part is the tough part to have two teammates having at the same time.
The assist, but also the rebounds. Like, not a lot of people. You can't talk shit when people wanted to talk shit about Russ saying his teammates would let him get rebounds. That man, Jokic there, Jokic can get rebounds now. Like, Jokic can grab 20 if he wants
I've always said that was a stupid argument. It was always
so
stupid.
dumb. So
always stupid. But yeah, I thought that was dope. We had to give Russ a little love. Jokic obviously gets plenty of love. But let's play a few games of buy or sell, Joe. Buy or sell.
I'm not buying it.
Buy or sell. The Pistons are a playoff team. We've won 7 to 10.
Paulo is back. I know. That's what I was looking at. I was trying to pull up the standings. I meant to have them up. Man, Paulo is back. You said Pistons. I'm tripping. I'm thinking of the Magic. My fault. No, I'm not buying it. They are a good young team, but I'm not buying it. It's nice right now, and they playing fresh, but you know how this goes. As soon as All-Star break hits, and then them young teams come back, all them teams that you thought like, ooh, this team was better than we thought they were gonna be, plummeted right down the toilet. That's exactly what's gonna happen. It happened. That's all. It is exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna be the young teams that suck or may play a little bit better, and that teams that surprise you, they're gonna start to plummet. That's just how it is. That's how it goes with them young teams. They haven't played a full season like that. They got a lot of young talent. I think they're better and better each game, but I'm not buying it. No.
So first thing I want to do, I got to give JB Bickerstaff a shout out for how he's what he's done with that team this year. He's got them playing really hard defensively. Cade is trying to walk into those star type shoes that he was kind of built to be. I'm gonna buy it with the caveat that I think they're a play-in team that wins to get into the playoffs. Now I don't see them being top 6, but I think they will be in the play-in, and I'm saying at this point I think they would win through the play-in to get into the playoffs.
The East,
so
the
that's
bottom of the East
the route that I see.
You even think they're gonna be able to win in a playoff atmosphere?
Yeah, no, I think Cade's like that. I think Cade is gonna this is gonna be his kind of shining star season where people start to realize how good he is.
If they had to play the Hawks in a play-in game, you taking the Pistons over the Hawks? I can't do that.
It's close because I like the Hawks a lot too. I think the Hawks are playing really good basketball too.
But in one game to get to the playoffs, I got faith in Trae Young.
Yeah, well, I mean, right now where the Pistons sit, they would have to lose twice to not make the playoffs. So I mean, if they played Hawks in the first playing game, they would still be able to win.
Lose. They would lose. They're going to lose to the Heat then, right? Because the 7 play the 10, or the 7-8 to play each other.
Yeah, 7-8 play each other, and then they play. The loser plays the winner of the other one.
Yeah. So, like I said, Miami would beat the Pistons.
Miami's going to get to 6. All right.
No way. Who's going to drop? The Pacers? Because it ain't going to be the Bucks or the Magic.
Bucks could drop. The Magic.
Bucks are not dropping. Bucks are not dropping, bro.
Any of those teams can drop a little bit.
Bucks are not
Once Jimmy gets back and he's locked in.
The Magic are good.
All right, so this is
you should have put the Magic. We know they're going. You should have put buy or sell. Magic can win a playoff round.
Do that another time. This next one, Joe, I wanted to start a larger conversation. I'm not trying to be. I don't want to be a hot take machine, but I think larger conversation needs to be started. Buy or sell. Wemby is overrated.
I'm selling it. I'm selling it. Selling it. Selling it. Selling it. Selling it. They ain't got no. They got a bunch of people around who don't know how to are. I mean, Chris Paul does help. I feel like he's still hasn't figured out the game yet, of the American game, like shooting way too many threes. Once he figures out his game, I think he'll get it under control. I mean, there is a lot of hype on him, so it's easy to say that he's overrated at this point. But nah, I don't think he's having good of a season as he did last year. But I think he'll get it together. He's not on a good team at all whatsoever right now, so he's gonna have a little bit of struggles, but he'll be there. Still, he's around a bunch of losers.
I'm gonna buy this. I think Wemby is very good, but the conversation that Wemby keeps getting put into, we can't be missing the playoffs again. We can't be doing that again. If he's gonna be in this conversation, we're putting him. They're putting
Michael Jordan missed playoffs for his first 2 or 3 years. I'm saying LeBron
they are putting Wemby in graphics with LeBron James, faster than LeBron James to X amount of points. All right, LeBron didn't miss the playoffs his second year. LeBron was in there. Now again,
he sure was.
I just the point.
D-Wade was there.
The point that I'm trying to bring up here, Joe, is because we do this all the time with players that have this potential. We heard it with Dwight Howard forever. We hear it with all these players. Potential. At some point, I need
Ben Simmons.
Like I need to stop. I need to see these people start doing some of the stuff that they're alleged to go do. So
it's year 2.
I think Wemby is going to be a star. I know. I think he's going to be a star. I'm just saying
he's
now.
I
need people to stop putting him in that top tier of players. All right, just relax. Let him become that. I think he can, and I think he will, but he does not impact winning enough right now to be in there with a Shea.
You're right.
Or like those types of players, like those players.
You're right.
Shea don't really got another superstar on his team, and he got them at the 1 seed. All right, now that team is much better filled out than the Spurs.
Shea's in his like 6th year.
They're on the same type of team. Yeah, exactly. He grew into it. Right, Shea was a guy that said a lot of potential, but we let Shea kind of grow into all of that. I think we're just rushing Wemby right now. That's all I'm really trying to say.
You watch Wemby play, and you're just like, the only thing that really scares you or threatens you about him on the court is his height. When I watch him, I don't be like, "Oh man, you can't let him get to that spot because he's gonna kill us in that spot." Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he doesn't know how to play basketball right yet.
I don't think he knows exactly what that spot is for himself.
Me, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
he's gonna figure it out.
And it's gonna be scary.
Another thing though that I'm just like worried slightly about with Wemby, and again, this is like within the upper echelons, kind of that stuff we talk about with KD. Something about him just doesn't give off that like when stuff's kind of getting chaotic around him, he can be the calming force. Now again, that's something that takes time to really grow into. I'm not condemning him.
He just patted Westbrook on the head.
That's wild.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. That shit was wild. I don't think he knew who he was like that. Shit.
Don't do that.
He's French. He may not know
you know how I am, Joe. I really hate when we just push these like narratives because we just want to push this thing. Like, why can't we just let the storylines actually develop?
So
instead of trying to invent them.
When Zion get traded, I want to hear you call him overrated.
What do you mean?
What you mean? Zion had just as much hype as Wemby.
No.
Okay.
He was real hyped, but I don't think as hyped as Wemby.
Hype train, bro.
We'll see. Zion got his own problem. Zion playing though, he is a problem.
He looking shape. He looking shape.
Yeah, we'll see how long it lasts. Last one, Joe. Buy or sell? The Kings are all the way.
Grab leg season, office season right around the corner.
The Kings have the longest winning streak in the NBA right now. It's 7 games. So are you buying it? They're all the way. They got rid of Mike Brown. Are they all the way back now? Are they back to being the scary, fun team that they were 2 or 3 years ago?
I'm not buying it. I think they're going to be better. I think having a new voice in there, Mike Brown not being there, they'll be better. But to say that they're Never mind. I can buy that they're all the way better a threat. I think the top of the West is too stacked that they haven't made a step
all the way back to being a 7th seed.
forward. There's nothing they can do. Yeah, they can't. The West is too stacked to where I think they're not going to make any progress. Like they don't threaten you. Like there's a good team. You like, oh, it's going to be a tough series. We can't take them lightly. But that's the type of team they are. But so I'm not quite buying that they're all the way back yet because
Damn,
DeMar DeRozan not even played the whole season yet.
No, yeah, but I think they are starting to figure some things out though. I think they are. They're starting to kind of get their groove for how they want to close out games, and they're starting to get that poise back, Joe. That poise of when it's clutch game where maybe they're losing by 10 in the fourth quarter, they can make a comeback. They can start doing some of those things to get themselves back into the game. So I like what I'm seeing. I think they've found something and need to keep building on it. I think they're all the way back in the sense that this is where I thought they would be at the beginning of the season, right around fringe play-in playoff team. But no, I mean it's good for them though because it was getting disappointing when they were free falling in the West standings. So I'm happy that they are playing better again. But Joe, you know how we end this show. We choose love. We choose violence. What you got?
Shout out Lonzo Ball. Get up, boy, man. I don't know how he do it, man. All he do is give out assists. Look at Jello new song. Go to the credits. It says written by Lonzo Ball. Shout out Lonzo Ball. Got his knee right. Got his poetry and his pen right. Dog, ball. Now he out there dunking the ball, landing on 2 knees. No problem. Stephen A talking all that shit. Guess what? Nigga standing up straight. Let's go. Ball brothers for life. LeVar Ball, great. He said all 3 was going to be stars. Jello just signed a $13 million contract and finna be doing a concert. I think First Take to put him back on there with Shannon Sharp and Stephen for one show. That's what let the man shine. He deserved it.
I ain't gonna say he lied. I ain't gonna say he lied, but he ain't tell the truth either.
He ain't lie. Hey, you can bend the truth. Don't mean it's a lie.
You bent that bitch in the worst way.
Hey, whatever. Hey, Jello may not be in the league, but his song get all up in the locker room. He got there.
He got rooms right now. But hey, whatever you gotta do to get the job done. Shout out to LeAngelo for making a little pivot in life and still doing something good with it. I support him. I'm not a hater. Shout out to him. Good pivot. Yeah, I'm gonna choose. I gotta choose violence. I'm choosing on all just the sports media world. Joe, last week I was snowed in the entire week, so I had a lot of ESPN on while I was working and doing all my different things. And Jesus Christ!
What? I said, come on, bro. Oh my God! Damn.
Whoa. Anyways, while I was snowed in at ESPN on a lot, and I just kept seeing all these people trying to hype up. Oh, the Broncos. That could be an interesting game. They might be able to beat the Bills. They might be able to do all these things. And you know me, I hate the fucking Bills. I wanted it to happen, but what fucking planet do y'all live on? Y'all got so hyped because the goddamn Broncos beat a bunch of shitty teams to back their way into the fucking playoffs. Oh, they beat the Chiefs 38-0 when the Chiefs played second and third stringers with zero interest in winning the fucking game. All these people putting all this hype, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, come on. First drive for the Broncos, boom, big touchdown. I'm like, okay, maybe I was crazy. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Let's go, Broncos. Beat those bitch ass Bills. 31 straight unanswered points. I'm like, yeah, see, this is exactly what I knew was going to happen. And I'm just trying to, why did we decide to hype them up? Sean Payton, one of the easiest to hate head coaches in the entire NFL, in my opinion. We didn't have to try and hype him up. Bo Nix is like a 30-year-old rookie. All right, like I've seen this time and time again when he was at Auburn or when he was with Oregon. As soon as you got to put him in that big game to finally make a big stand, nothing. Now it comes out today he's been playing with a broken back or fractured back or something since week 12. I don't know why he's running around like that if that's actually true, but it is what it is. But I got to choose Bonds because I was so disappointed.
You put money on it, didn't you?
No, I didn't bet any money on the NFL this weekend.
I would have done that.
That's all I got, Joe.